Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex here, and you're watching the DC edition of the Ragin Nation show. This is just a web series where we talk about all things that matter to me in the world of the DC cinematic universe. This is episode number 21, and as always, we got a lot to talk about, especially because Suicide Squad is filming right now in Toronto, and also, recently they've put out a lot of marketing material for Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, even though it's coming out next year in March of 2016. Well, they are continuing to put out more marketing material in the form of posters. Now, last time we saw a couple of new posters with Batman's face and Superman's face with their respective logos covering their faces. Well, this time we are seeing Batman without the Superman logo covering the face. All right, this is an official reveal, and now we're also seeing the photo in color. All right, and now there's a new development. Now we have Batman, not just his face, but also his face plus the upper part of his body. And it is shown right here, and you can take a very, very good look at what the costume is like, and I like it. I like it a lot. What's really great about this costume is the fact that not only is it the Frank Miller version from The Dark Knight Returns, but also this is taken straight out of the comic books. Okay, when you saw Tim Burton's version, or Joe Schumacher, or Christopher Nolan, their armor is actually their cinematic representation of Batman. All right, and you know, there will be, of course, inspiration from the comic books, but this version of Batman in Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, this is straight out of the comic books, and that's why I like it a lot. I like the colors, the fact that the Batman logo is the way it looks, and also I like the textures and the muscular look. It looks really, really true to the comics, and I like it. Now, there have been some promotional artwork for Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice. We get to see, of course, the new Batman costume, but we also see the armored costume, which we got a glimpse of in the teaser photo, but here he is in the full body version. All right, looks pretty cool. I'm very curious to see how it's going to be used when he fights Superman. Speaking of Superman, we are getting the promotional look, promotional artwork for Superman, and it looks a little bit different, mainly because of the colors. It tells me that the color of Superman's costume is going to be brightened up a bit. It's more vibrant, okay? It looks like that the Man of Steel look is going to be brightened up a bit to give it a little bit more life, okay? And that is good, because I like that. I like the way it would look if it has more color to it and not so cold looking. I mean, the Man of Steel costume felt very cold to me, but I like that there's going to be life injected to this costume, and of course that is very, very cool. Now, speaking of which, we got to talk about Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad is filming right now, and there's going to be lots and lots of developments. The first thing we're going to talk about is the fact that they've added a new member to the cast, and that is Alex Mraz. He appeared in Twilight, okay, or the Twilight saga films, okay. Now there's no known role for him right now. I mean, like, we don't know. The public doesn't know. They haven't mentioned who he's gonna play, but the cast is loaded. I mean, the amount of characters in this film is ridiculous. So he could play any number of cast members or characters in the Suicide Squad film. I don't know who it's going to be, but at least he has been added in. All right. Now, what's really, really cool is that we get our first look at Will Smith as Floyd Lawton. Floyd Lawton is, of course, the alter ego for Deadshot, and here's our first look as Will Smith as Deadshot. Check it out. Okay, now before you guys scream, "What the hell?" Okay, what is going on here? That looks like Will Smith. It doesn't look like Will Smith as Deadshot. That looks like Will Smith as Will Smith. Okay, all right. Okay, now before you guys freak out, that is Deadshot right there, and he looks solid as hell. You know why? Because, well, if you don't know why, then you did not watch Gotham Knight, okay? Go watch Batman Gotham Knight. Check it out. It's available on home video release, DVD and Blu-ray, and you will see that this is straight out of Gotham Knight. Okay, he looks the way he should, minus the gadgets and the armor and all that stuff, the face mask. But that is our first look at Will Smith as Floyd Lawton, aka Deadshot. All right, now speaking of photos, remember the photo that was shown shown for Jared Leto as the Joker? David Ayer, the director of Suicide Squad, tweeted that photo, and we were led to believe that that is the official look at the Joker. Turns out it's not. It is not the official look of what he's gonna look like in Suicide Squad. It turns out that was just some promotional piece. That's all it was. It was tweeted in response to the spy photos that were showing up of Jared Leto about as the Joker, and that was a hot topic at the time. So because of that, David Ayer wanted to give the fans something to talk about. Okay, but it's not the official look of what he's going to look like in Suicide Squad. It turns out this is what Jared Leto as the Joker could look like. Okay, and if you check out the spy photo, here he is wearing a Superman tank top, but the number one thing that you notice is how beefy he is. He bulked up for the role. Okay, and that shot of him in that tweet from David Ayer does not look like Jared Leto in that size. Okay, that was something that was doctored and put together by the director or somebody else in their team, their marketing team. But that is not an accurate representation of how he's going to look in Suicide Squad. Okay, we don't know what he's going to look like, and I thought that it was a little bit odd that they decided to release an official photo in the early stages of filming. Typically, they don't do that. They do it after the movie has been filmed or somewhere closer to the point when they're almost finished filming. Okay, so that is something to talk about. Now, what's really fascinating to me is that Ben Affleck flew to Toronto, okay, during the time when Suicide Squad is filming in Toronto. Okay, now there was never any talk about Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne or Batman appearing in Suicide Squad, but both films do take place in Gotham City, as shown by this photo where you see these Gotham City police cars in the Suicide Squad set. So both films do take place in Gotham City. I mean, and by both films, I mean Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, and Suicide Squad. All right, parts of Suicide Squad could or parts of Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice could take place in Metropolis, but I don't know. But at least they both take place in Gotham City. Okay. Now Ben Affleck flew to Toronto, well, that means that he's going to be part of the filming in Suicide Squad. Now, what I cannot confirm is whether he's doing a cameo in Suicide Squad or is the Joker doing a cameo in Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice? Or are they filming an after-credit scene, like a post-credit scene for, in Suicide Squad? Or for Dawn of Justice? Who knows? Maybe that after-credit scene is going to be directed by David Ayer, which appears after Dawn of Justice. That is all very interesting. Seriously. I mean, we all knew that this is the DC Cinematic Universe, and the events of each of these films will affect each other. But I really did not know that, Batman, Ben Affleck, Bruce Wayne, was going to appear in Suicide Squad. Okay? But it could be the other way around. Like I said, it could be the Joker appearing or making an appearance or doing a post-credit scene for Dawn of Justice. Okay? After all, Dawn of Justice does come out first before Suicide Squad. Okay? So looks like we will be getting cameos, but we don't know what. Okay? Is it a cameo of Batman in Suicide Squad, or is it a cameo of Joker in Dawn of Justice? Who knows, but we do know that it both takes place in Gotham City, and something is going to happen, and it's going to be a big surprise. All right? Anyways, moving on, let us talk about the rest of what's going on in the DC Cinematic Universe. And, well, you guys know that director Michelle McLaren left Wonder Woman due to creative differences. They brought in Patty Jenkins, but it looks like that there's gonna be there's a little bit of like bumpiness in the creative process of creating Wonder Woman and also Aquaman. Right now they don't have a director for Aquaman, but it looks like Warner Brothers has hired multiple writers to find the right story for Wonder Woman and Aquaman. Now, these writers are not working together. That's the interesting thing. Typically, when you hire a lot of writers that are working together at the same time, they're working together. Okay, we've seen this sort of thing. Aaron Kruger, and as well as Roberto Orci and Alex Kurtzman, 3 writers working together in Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. Okay, but now we have 5 writers who are actually competing for the job to write. One for Wonder Woman, one writer for Wonder Woman, one writer for Aquaman. They are not working together. Make no mistake about it. When a lot of too many writers work together, they bump heads, and therefore the story doesn't always seem that cohesive, mainly because you see several different visions. Looks like they are competing for the job, and that's what they're doing. The Warner Brothers Studios is going to pick one story from 5 of these writers, and they're going to keep one writer for Aquaman and one writer for Wonder Woman. Hopefully, this is going to be this one single giant vision. Okay, who knows what it's going to turn out like, but it looks like the creation of the DC Cinematic Universe is kind of bumpy compared to how cohesive the Marvel Cinematic Universe is. Now, speaking of which, this is what I really wanted to talk about here in this episode, and that is, according to The Hollywood Reporter, Warner Brothers is currently looking for their own Kevin Feige. Okay, apparently they're having trouble creating their cinematic universe, and they don't have a single creative vision. Okay, Zack Snyder is really the only person, the only vision, or the only visionary with one single vision. He directed Man of Steel. He's directing Dawn of Justice. He's also directing Justice League Part 1 and 2. He is producing the other films, all right? But we don't know how much of his input he's going to have on it, okay? He is a producer, but, you know, being a director, taking on the Kevin Feige role, that is really tough. Because typically, a lot of films are being worked on and filmed at the same time. So if he's working on Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice, there's no way he's going to be able to spend that much energy and effort working on another film. So even though he is the closest thing to the Kevin Feige of the DC Cinematic Universe, he's not. Okay, they need a producer. They need someone just like Kevin Feige, who isn't the director and who isn't the writer, but he is at least overseeing the production and the creative process of every single one of these films in the DC Cinematic Universe. They don't have that guy. And because of that, you know what? As much as I am a fan of both studios, okay, and both, you know, comic book properties, I'm going to have to say that the Warner Brothers vision is going to be a little bit weaker, just because they don't have that person, that creative vision that's going to oversee everything. It's something that they need. It is something that they truly need. They don't have it. Kevin Feige is what Marvel Cinematic Universe secret weapon is. Well, not a secret weapon, but at least it's their way to one up Warner Brothers Studios. Okay, they need to find a guy, and if a studio executive just won't do. They're the guys that make the decisions and on spending money. That's all it is. Okay, but an executive, a studio executive at Warner Brothers just won't do, because they oversee other things, such as the production of other non-DC Cinematic Universe films. Okay, they need someone who's going to be overlooking every single one of these DC Universe films. Unfortunately, they don't have it, and that's who they're looking for right now. Okay, and I hope that they can find somebody soon, because Aquaman and Wonder Woman, they're coming out soon. Okay, Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice under post-production, so that's already done in terms of the creative process. David Ayer is filming a Suicide Squad right now, so their script is solid. All right, they need to do something about Aquaman and Wonder Woman, and they need to do it quick before too much time has passed. Anyways, that's all I gotta say in this video. I've said a lot. What do you guys think about Will Smith as Deadshot? Do you think this is not what you're looking for, or you're gonna wait and see? And also, do you think that Joker is gonna make a cameo appearance in Dawn of Justice, or is Batman gonna make an appearance in Suicide Squad. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter at Ragin Nation. My name is Alexi. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. Speaking of Megan Fox, it looks like she's going to be appearing incognito because she appears to be putting on some disguise in the form of a wavy